of the Department of the Environment. And with us this morning, first, is none other than the Director, Mr. Karim Hodge. So welcome to Sunrise in Rainbow City.
It's a pleasure to be with you.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about, we're going to find out about the Department of the Environment. Karim, we know that KCN, we have featured,
Yes.
we have done some work with the Department of the Environment,
Yes.
and you are one of our supporters.
Mm-hmm.
And just your thoughts, because KCN is now offering 24 hours programming to the local community,
yes.
local programs and regional programs. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that is a great thing. It's a great opportunity for us, the Department of Environment, to continue our work with KCN. And also, it's an invitation for other agencies that do similar natural resource work, and outside of that, from the social aspects also, those departments that have some responsibility for social issues, youth in particular, women's issues, those sort of gender issues could be brought on board, and somehow we could merge the link between environment and those social issues.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Now, the department, how long ago has the department existed?
The Department of Environment had very humble beginnings, but we were formally established in 2006.
And what is its mandate, and what challenges do you find? Because, I mean, some people will say, do we need a Department of the Environment? How important is it? And what exactly is the mandate of the department?
The mandate of the department really is to develop, implement, and establish, what should I say, a holistic and participatory sort of system of sustainable environmental management. That includes biodiversity conservation, but with the idea of improving the quality of life for all. In a nutshell, we are trying to make sure that natural resource use is used wisely. So, not that you can't use something, or you shouldn't take it, or even development, just how you go about development is done in a sustainable manner and does not impact on the natural environment in a way that avoids humans from benefiting.
Good. So going back to, persons say, do we really need a Department of the Environment? And, is it a challenge for you in operating?
There is a challenge, because there's been some issues in terms of conflict as to what we do. So sometimes people come by and mistake what we do for what environmental health is doing. What environmental health does is really public health issues. Those sort of, what I say, that deals with public health issues. We deal more with the natural resource aspect, natural resource management and use issues, and the impact of development, or the impact of pollution events on the natural resources itself. We don't necessarily deal straight line with the public health aspect.
Okay, so
and there may be some overlap in some areas, but you can't avoid that because the nature of environment is far-reaching. It reaches into all spheres. There is some slight overlap with what the Department of Fisheries does, but fisheries deals with fisheries and marine resources. And within fisheries, there might be a conservation section that deals with fisheries itself, but we deal with the biodiversity aspect in a larger remit from the marine environment, and also wetland conservation and so forth.
And certainly the department has a commitment to environmental management. What motivates that commitment?
For myself and my staff, I can't really speak for each staff member, but really and truly it's for me to say that what drives that commitment for me is that the need to see, and for all Anguillians and every Anguillian to be able to see, continue to see turtles nesting, turtle doves cooing, and overall to understand that the systems of the environment, whether it's a pond, it might just look like a waste barren area, to understand that has a function. And had that not been there providing that function for free naturally, we would have to otherwise find finances to provide that function.
Thank you very much, Mr. Director, Karim Hodge. Now we will speak next with the Deputy Director.
Yes. Okay.
So we just heard, folks, from the Director of the Department of Environment, Mr. Karim Hodge. And now we speak with the Deputy Director, Mr. Ron Connor. Mr. Connor, welcome to Sunrise in Rainbow City. The policies, we heard from Karim the mandate of the department. What are some of the policies of the department and how they support the sustainable management in Anguilla?
The policies of the Department of Environment are basically on the sustainable development strategies. Most of them are basically commitments that the government of Angola has made with the United Kingdom government and some of the regional counterparts, the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States. So you would have, for example, the St. George's Declaration, which basically looks at 21 principles for guiding sustainable development within the Caribbean region, and Anguilla government has made a commitment as such. We also speak with regards to the organization of, OTEP, otherwise known as Overseas Territories Environmental Program, again a UK partner, a UK counterpart, which all speaks to sustaining natural resources and trying to more or less engaging in sustainable use of our natural resources to the best of our ability.
Okay. And you do have programs and initiatives, so what are some of these programs and initiatives for the department?
Some of the programs and initiatives that we are currently involved in has already begun. We have established the NEMS, National Environmental Management Strategies, which are basically tools, basically organizing goals and so forth, that we would actually move the department forward, move Anguilla forward as a whole, in terms of, again, going back to the whole issue of sustainable use, also trying to let everyone know, promoting public awareness to let everyone know that we have to work holistically in order to achieve environmental sustainability and improve our livelihoods.
And the director, Mr. Hodge, he spoke about, sometimes how challenging it is for the department in terms of operations sometimes in the community, and the confusion between environmental health and the department, and whether there's really a necessity to have the department. So what distinguishes the department from other key partners, such as the National Trust, who seem to be doing the same thing, and the Environment Health Unit and Fisheries?
Very good question, Rosanna. First of all, I would like to say that, as you mentioned, there is that, sometimes people get confused in terms of the functions, in terms of the roles. But we do work together, and some of the duties, roles, there will be an overlap as such. But one of the things that distinguishes us is that we look at the environment from a holistic perspective. The Department of Fisheries, for example, they're basically concerned about managing the marine resources, so to speak, the species out on the ocean. We also involved in that to a certain extent, but we have an overarching responsibility for the environment. The National Trust really looks at preservation of archaeological sites, as well as cultural values, and promoting social aspects. But the Department of Environment is still different from that sense, that we look at everything from a holistic perspective, so to speak.
Okay, Mr. Deputy Director Ron Connor, thank you very much.
Thank you.